have you seen anything like that?
Righto, we're good to go now. We're for the second time we're back. Now we're episode 3.5. This is technically episode 3.5. The first one, something happened. We don't talk about it ever. It's banned. But we're back. The swing of it. First thing, before we get going, I still notice a lack of something on your right wrist.
Hey, I'm glad you brought it up, mate. Yesterday, woke up, sore neck. Honestly, I went to the physio this morning, bit of dry needle in to help it.
Did you really?
I went to order one online about 45 minutes ago. They're sold out. They're so popular.
Yeah,
they must have been.
Sold out 1997.
They must have been listening to episode 3 last week.
2.5.
Popularity. It's gone through the roof, so sales are gone. So I've got to find another supplier.
So who were you looking for? What brand were you looking for?
BioFlow, but the specific one that I want sold out. So
what was it? What specific one? Like, is there different,
just like all black? I don't
different
want
levels
colours.
of magnets?
There is actually. Don't get me started. Don't, because I knew you were going to razz me up early and it's going to piss me off. So
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And before we go any further, I've been asked to say that how many weeks do we got, Jaden? Probably 3 more weeks. We're currently pushing this out across all things BackChat, the swing of it, but we've got our own. We've got our own YouTube. We've got our own website, everything as well. So we will be transitioning over in about 3 weeks, I reckon. So if you're watching along on YouTube, you're watching along on the socials. If you're on BackChat, we're going to be transitioning over to our own feed.
Are we that big?
We are. We're massive. We're that big. You should see the Office coming at us.
Oh, no.
They're enormous.
And the best thing they can do, and we say this all the time in the videos, hit the subscribe button,
of course,
and then hit that bell so they get notified.
What does it actually do?
I don't know. He says it a lot.
So you know that this will tell you into something pretty quickly. But
what happens is, quite literally, you'll get a notification on your phone and say the latest episode of this has just come up on YouTube, Spotify, whatever the case is. So
perfect. Hit the bell.
You got to hit the button. That's the
How hard is
crucial
it
part.
to just hit the bell? It's simple.
Free.
And it's free. Yeah,
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. Okay, well, real quickly as we get off the top, the RBC UNESCO World Listed Heritage site was on the weekend. Didn't watch a lick of it.
No. The only thing I really remember is the YouTuber that got kicked out of the PGA that couldn't play in it, defending champ.
Oh, was that the event he was meant to play in? Wesley Bryant.
Yeah. So because
Was he the defending champ?
he won it, he has won that one, or it's his hometown, or something along those lines. No research done once again. But yeah, because he played the Live Duels, they basically said you got suspended. So I don't know how long, didn't research, but he just couldn't play that event.
That's stiff.
And a lot of backlash for the PGA Tour, because then within like the week they've asked Grant to play in a tournament.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, he played in the Live. Why is the rules changed? I know he's not a PGA Tour player, but come on, a bit rough.
I don't think that's a good example to use. Oh, you let Grant play because he's not a PGA Tour.
No, but he did play in the Duels. So
yeah,
he supported Live. He plays with Phil Mickelson, who's Live.
Yeah.
So he does it more than old mate Wesley.
Oh, poor Wes. So who won it? JT, Justin Thomas won it in a playoff hole?
No.
Wasn't it?
I don't think so.
I think
he made a massive putt in the last.
I think you'll find it was a playoff hole.
Let's find out. But I'm so glad that he did win, because when I first started watching golf, it was like him, Spieth, Fowler. It was like that crowd. They were really rocking it.
How good was Spieth meant to be?
Well, yeah, they were talking about the Grand Slams.
Yeah, of course.
The Grand Slams. He can still do it. I didn't realise he'd won the Masters twice. I just totally forgot.
Yeah, he was crazy good. And didn't he win it at like 23?
Yeah, he's still young. Like he's got plenty of time.
Did he win an Open?
He's won everything except... Oh, no.
The US. I don't think he's won the US. I reckon he won the PGA. Or did he? No, he won the PGA and then Thomas won it the next year?
Yeah. Yeah.
He did win in a playoff for my
there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, this is a good segment, because obviously a good way to transition. We didn't watch a heap of the golf on the weekend. The only golf that I've seen on the weekend was the fact that you put another video out and you're someone sitting on the couch watching YouTube golf versus tour professional golf. Outside the Masters and the other majors, it feels like YouTube's just taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it has for a little while as well. Like, you break down the statistics of like how many people are watching Grant Horvat, your Bryan brothers. They're massive numbers compared to what they're getting in on the non-big events.
Yeah.
Every day, like I'll chuck on the PGA Tour on a Saturday morning or whatever. I look at the leaderboard, top 10, I might recognise one or two and I go, I don't really care.
Perfect.
And that's me done. Whereas like YouTube golf, that you're in there for an hour. You're going to watch that hour-long episode.
Yep.
and sometimes 2 to 3 hours. You see some of the videos they put out now, they go forever. And
there is a
people
couple
want
of
it.
big episodes.
Yeah.
And like 2 or 3 parters. And that's just the ones where it's like, oh, we're going to watch 18 holes. We're going to watch 6 blokes play in an 18-hole game. And we're going to watch everyone's shot, every single shot.
Yeah.
So they take a long time.
I haven't got the attention span for that.
Now, about an hour is capping me out.
Yeah.
I reckon.
But then you actually get to know the people, not just a single golf shot, cut to the next bloke. Like there's a single golf shot, then talked about how they hated hitting that shot.
Yep.
They get in the cart, argue with the guy next to him, get to the putting green. It's like there's obviously a story, there's a storyline, there's a character that you get to know, and you might, I guess, relate with what they're going through. They can't hit the driver, they can't putt. You're like, that's me. Okay. That's why I reckon anyone can start a channel to a certain point.
Yep.
You can have like low handicappers, high handicappers.
Golf ability, yeah, it doesn't matter. I've proven that I don't have a massive channel, but people watch me because it's relatable. I can't get out of a bunker and they laugh and go, oh, that's me, except they're 27 handicappers and they're struggling as much as I am. So,
and you're an 8. Or what are you, 8.5? 9.
No, just call it 15.
Yeah, okay, that's 15. I who was the first YouTube guy? I used to love the Good Boys, and then that got a bit repetitive for me. Like the challenges and the stuff that they would, like the wheel challenges. I'm like, I feel like I've seen every option on a spin the wheel.
Yeah.
I've seen you hit a shot with a shovel. I've seen you hit one with a fucking fan.
Yeah.
I've seen it all.
I think having 16 people tee off on the first hole, you're like, oh, geez.
Yeah. And then everyone just started coming on.
Yeah.
They started jumping. People started branching out. They had Micah go his own way. Grant went his own way. Then everyone's just coming in. It's a bit much for me.
That's why my favourite style of YouTube video is someone like Rick Shields when he just plays by himself and it's just him. That's why I like doing the breaking pars with Chopper.
Yep.
It's just one person talking half decent golf some of the time, and it's
Shit
just
golf some other time.
Yeah.
It's
just clean. That's the way I like.
I like that, or I like twos. Like I like DeChambeau's Break 50 series.
Yep.
Like they're always good. Go to the Reds and try and break 50. Piss off, mate.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, go to the Reds and still try and break handicap is what I would be doing.
Yeah.
But they're good ones, and then Grant's as well. I don't mind, and obviously Ron's and Joel's. But it has just I don't know, man. I don't know the numbers on it, but it feels like it's just going bananas outside the 4 majors. It's just become the more popular of all 3: Live, PGA, and YouTube. It feels like it's just gone bananas.
Yep.
If you were a player, you would definitely consider going on some of the big ones. Like I know Tommy Fleetwood's talked about starting his own. You got Bryson, who's probably the perfect example.
Yeah.
Goes from probably one of the most hated golfers to now one of the most loved.
Yep.
Just by releasing videos that show him playing and laughing and having a good time, and you see that he's actually a human being.
Yeah.
Like I reckon that would help Rory. Like,
oh shit, yeah, it would
if
help
he
Rory.
did some game or he just played and talked about shots and had a laugh, like, oh, okay, he's a human being as well. Like,
But he's so traditionalist. He's so the other way.
I know. He doesn't
when
like
Bob
it.
Does Sports came out and he's like, no, I don't watch any YouTube. I watch real golf. It's like, oh man, you are just creating enemies here.
I know, yeah. But like, I reckon it's got a pretty good track record so far to help guys out. I don't know why they don't at least consider it. Like he's done a couple of things where he's hit drivers with Mika and done a long drive contest, but your own thing where you can control it and people see who you are, I reckon that's only going to help him.
And especially after he's just come out and said, like, had a go at the way that the media interview people post-round.
Yeah.
For him to be able to put his own stuff out there and say, hey, this is actually what I'm thinking. This is what I feel after a round. This is what I feel after every shot. You're right. It would only do him well because I hated him until he won the Masters.
Well, this is the problem with the PGA.
I hated his guts. Every
the
bit of him.
PGA controls everything they do. So that's the only reason, what's his name?
Bryson
can do what he can do because the PGA aren't over his shoulder saying you can't do that, can't do that. So
I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
I just figured they're so flat out.
They can't use any of the footage. There's something that they can't even use the footage of themselves hitting a good golf shot. Like they has to go through the PGA. They can't. It's
so
just,
Rory can't take that shot of him on 15 and use it anywhere.
He would have to share it, like go through the PGA and it goes through their channels to show it off. They own everything that you do on the golf course. I'm probably wrong here, but
no,
that's
what
I remember.
Just say you're right.
Yeah.
Look into the camera and say
that
So I can see why. Yeah, I just think more of them should do it. It'd be interesting if Tommy ends up doing it and how he's already pretty popular anyway, so he'll go all right. But yeah, it's It's crazy some of how much money those boys are making too. The top dogs. Jesus.
That's the thing. That's like the social media and the YouTube side of things is kicking off to a point now. Obviously, like winning if you're winning tournaments, you're pissing on the money and it doesn't really matter, wiping your ass with hundreds. But otherwise, it's a really good. Like my mate Ryan Ruffles he started his YouTube channel a year ago. He's actually flying with that. Now he's got Jason Day and all the lads or whatever they're called. They're doing their own thing. And like for a bloke that had 2 or 3 shoulder surgeries and was on the Corn Ferry Tour, then Latin America, now sort of back on the Corn Ferry, it's like if golf does work out, great. But if not, now he's got 100,000 YouTube subscribers and he's got a career that he can do.
Well, Quan is like the ultimate. Yeah. If you're a single bloke, half-decent golfer, man, he just lives a life.
Yeah.
He just does. Yeah.
How good's golf
He's having such
own?
a good time. And I look at that, obviously very different circumstances where my life's at, but
love your partner and your kids. But.
Yeah. For yes, I do. But yeah, like he's just traveling around doing whatever he wants. If he doesn't want to go to a country and film a video, he just doesn't. It's like, I'll just hang out in New Zealand for a bit. What a life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I spoke to Toombs. Toombs is one of the boys that plays with them. And he was saying that he's played tournament golf pretty much all his life. And now he's just playing for fun, playing these amazing golf courses, and really doesn't want to go back to tournament golf. Like he's still good enough. Like he hits it so well, but he doesn't want that pressure. He can do what he wants.
Well, we filmed a skins match, so they're playing for like $5,000 on one putt, and you could see everybody's attitude changed, and Toombs in particular. And he says on camera and then off camera as well, he's like, "This is why I hated tournament. Like the feelings that he was feeling.
Yeah,
he had to perform. He had to play well. It's any sportsman or women."
Yeah.
But yeah, he hates it and he doesn't want to do it. He just wants to have fun on the golf course. Yeah.
Yeah, like Ty Cobb on Caddyshack just has all these 1, 2, 3 unders in there, and then he gets to a tournament and shits the bed. Yeah. I remember I used to caddy around the Sandbelt at some different courses. Not going to say obviously where.
Not small. Melbourne.
No. I used to do some caddying for a group of guys that would caddy for internationals coming in and playing Sandbelt golf.
Yeah.
And I was caddying for this group around Metropolitan, and the guy that was caddying with me had been in a group at the Capital Golf Club one day with Shane Warne, James Packer, Kerry Packer, and someone else. And they were playing skins, and it was like 25 grand a hole that they were playing for. Crazy. And it jackpotted. Like every hole jackpotted. And he said this other guy was caddying for Packer, James. Who's the oldest one? James? I think it was James, the dad. Anyway, was caddying for him and had this putt for like 80 grand because it had obviously jackpotted. And it was probably a 25-footer. And he goes, "Mate, help me out. Read this one for me." So he's shitting himself reading it all. Definitely goes right to left. But is it really like laying on the floor watching this thing? Lined it up to within an nth of its life. Packer's hit this thing and it's just gone in. Dropped in, and he's won 80 grand. Goes into his bag, like pats him on the back. This guy's just dripping sweat and finally relieved. Packer walks into his bag, grabs an envelope full of cash and just says, "There you go, mate." And it was like, ended up being like 9 grand or something, but just great.
No
Gave him a big stack
way.
of hundreds. But like playing skins for that would you just shit yourself. And then you look at Oberg, who missed 3 putts on the last for 512 grand.
Just like to put that in comparison, I played skins last week and there was 4 of us and it was $1 a hole. Yes. But then, so it's $4 a hole because all of you are putting in the $1. But yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a very different scale.
Like you go into a country golf club or any golf club really, and blokes, the old fellas roll in. You got your two. Everyone's just passing $2 coins around. Yeah. Nah, it's brilliant. All right, that's where we start talking about there, the RBC, whatever the hell it was, who cares? I played golf yesterday.
Ah, yes.
I played golf yesterday for the first time in a little bit. And I have a couple of things. First things first, I broke my streak on 18 at Cot.
Driver?
I had a point. I scored a point, took driver, topped it straight into the little valley. Just a horrible, horrible shot. Tried to swing out of my shoes, had a beautiful down breeze and just topped it straight down the valley. 6-iron up, 5-iron into the middle of the green, 3-putt for a 6-1. Putted from the green, off the green. Just
tough green too.
Got excited.
Tough
was
green.
top left, went bang straight up. But for the majority of my round, it was, you know those games where you just head out there and it's just shit the whole way? Mm-hmm. Like nothing is working, but nothing's going poorly.
Oh, you mean a Saturday?
Yeah. I just went out there and I was like, got from start to finish, I was like, nothing is going well. Nothing is going badly. And I've just had 30 points.
Yeah.
And it's just...
It's just a nothing round, 30 points.
It's a nothing.
You've played just enough to not snap clubs, but not good enough to have a celebration about. Yeah.
It's literally, you get into the clubhouse and it's like, I do this thing when I finish a round with my mates where it's like best and worst shots.
Yeah.
And so everyone goes around, what's your best? Yep, no worries. Worst, I had heaps of them today, no worries.
I was actually thinking about you with the best and worst shots.
Yep.
Mine come consecutively on my round, just gone.
Good. Yeah.
180, it's normally the way it goes. 182 metre par 3.
Yep.
Took 6 iron, trying to be a big boy.
Yep.
Caught the ball so fat and so heavy behind the ball, I actually jarred my wrist.
Oh, no.
It's
well,
not
that's because
good.
you need the power band.
That's correct.
You weren't balanced.
So sport.
So I had 54 metres in still.
That's chunky.
Yeah, very
that's
and it's downhill. It rolled. It hit the cart path and rolled a long way.
That's chunky.
But went hip to hip, 54 degree. Finished the ball pitched 1 foot in front of the flag and finished 1 foot behind. Tap in par. Thanks for coming.
That's a par.
So worst shot, best shot.
Worst
right
shot,
after,
best shot.
Yeah,
That proves that 100 in is where the game's at.
Absolutely.
That's where you score. I'm not probably telling anyone anything they don't know, but how many times imagine if you hit that shot, you topped it, 5 iron, 6 iron, got up and down for a 2-pointer.
Yeah.
You would have totally forgotten about the fact
about the
that you
drive.
topped it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just...
That's where the game's won. So I've had 30 points and I've broken the streak on 18, but just had nothing throughout the whole way. And so I was playing with a couple of mates. On 9, I've left myself short. I've hit a wedge, pretty nice little chip shot. And I thought I put my wedge down and then I've gone halfway up 10, realised that I've lost the wedge. I've left the wedge. And as I've hit, I was like 60 metres into the green on 10 and I needed the 60-degree wedge. And I was like, oh, shit. All right, had to hit a 54. Actually hit a pretty good one.
back up the hill as well.
Back up the hill. I was like, oh, I got to run back. And it's like probably 300 metres and I'm going. Anyway, I'm up the hill and like the halfway house was open. I'd had a solo. I was halfway. So I had solo sloshing around in the guts. I'm running uphill. Get to the group. There was a group of 2 behind us who'd only played 9 holes. So they weren't on the green. Asked the group before, is there a club there? No. I was like, oh, shit, brother. I'll go see if the boys have handed it in. They hadn't handed it in yet. And I was like, oh, I've just got to assume that they've gone up for a drink. They haven't had time to hand it in. Looks like I'm playing the rest of this 9 without, the rest of the 18 without my 60-degree. Run back, 3-putted. Devastated. I was tired. I was blowing. Needed to compose myself. Didn't.
Gassed out.
Gassed. Sweating. 3-putt. Out. Don't worry about it. The next 6 holes go by. Don't have my 60-degree wedge. I'm in a bunker on 16. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, need the 60. And I was like, right, this is technically not allowed in the game of golf, but I was like, fuck, I'm just going to borrow Charlie 60, my teammates. Went into his bag. He's got it. I asked the boys as I was walking down 10, anyone go, boys, check your bag, you got the club? Nah, don't have it. 6 hours later, yeah, here it is. Fucking beautiful. And I thought it was mine. I was like, where'd you got? He's like, I got to Cleveland. It's like, it's a Titleist. It's not the completely wrong club. So anyway, I've cost myself a 3-putt, which would have been, I probably would have 2-putted it and had 31 points. But that really hurt. But yeah, 30 points, just a nothing round, really. So I just walk away from that thinking, what is next for me?
Play more golf.
Yeah,
you can't expect much when you haven't played for a while.
Got to get back on the horse.
Stop blaming the missus and just go on.
No, she's gone this weekend.
Was there any backlash from that at all? She doesn't listen, does she?
She wouldn't.
No, she did. She was working.
I think we're safe.
She was working.
Yeah.
What is it?
So she's away this weekend.
You have all Sunday. You don't have any responsibilities Sunday, and you know you're teeing off at, let's call it 12:32.
If I had no responsibilities, I'm teeing off at 7:30. Yeah.
No, but you are. That's okay. So you teeing off at 12, right? I'm telling you.
Okay.
But you've got nothing to do for the whole day. What time are you getting to the course? What's your pre-warm-up look like? What's going on?
An unimpeded day, 12 o'clock tee off. I'm getting to the course at maybe 10, I'd say 10:30. I'm going to go straight and get the Cottesloe range balls is like 20. I'd get 2 buckets because they're pretty small. I'd work through, what do I go? Pitching wedge, a couple of shots, 8 iron, 6, 4, 5, 7, 9, and then get the 3 wood, my little red rocket out. Can't hit driver off the top thing, so that stays in the bag.
It's a big effort if you got to go down to the bottom. I guess you got the net there to hit driver, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to hit driver on the range anymore as well.
Yes.
Just in general. Okay, right.
Controversial.
Yep. So I don't hit the chief, which is probably why doesn't go well for me often. But we'll do that. If I have a couple of balls left, I'll just hit a 50 degree or 54 off there. But that usually sees me 15, 20 minutes. I will then go and putt for a bit. I'll then go and chip and then go out of the bunker. And then I'm probably 40 minutes before the round. I would then go up and have a beer and chill, take a shit, and then go and step on the first.
Oh.
What are you? Like, because whenever the only time I've ever
That's
seen
an
you play,
ideal round, by the way.
Yeah.
Often I don't have time and I'm just barrel chested straight to the first.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You've got all day.
I've got all day.
Yeah, you've got no responsibilities. Because whenever I've seen him play golf, we just get there like 15 minutes before we tee off, have a couple of putts and miss every one of them, and then he's just, that's it. No stretches, no warm-ups. Same scenario.
If I could do whatever I wanted, I'd probably get to the club first and have lunch, have a beer, and then I would go down the driving range and not take my whole bag. I'd take like an 8-iron or something that I feel like I'm going to make contact with, and I'll just hit like 30 shots where, okay, this is going in the air, this is good, and then a couple of putts to see what the greens are like, and then I'll get restless. I'd have to go. So I'm talking like maybe an hour and a half, and there's like 40 minutes to have lunch and a beer.
Yeah, I'm working about that.
You're practicing.
I've practiced.
You've practiced. You should have practiced.
Yeah, but
before.
The practice for me, going through all the numbers in the bag, that's like, it's just a warm up, but I like to feel contact with them all as well. It's not like I'm actually trying to get better at a 4-iron. It's like I just want to feel the ball come off the 4-iron.
Yeah, okay. So when you pull it out of the bag, you're like, hey.
Oh, yeah, here it is. I haven't seen you in a while. That's why I'm pulling all the... I mean, I don't think it does anything. It doesn't make me a better golfer, but it just makes me confident as I'm out there that I have seen this club before.
Well, this is your life on a Saturday. So
what do you do? Yeah,
don't say you had all the time in the world. You always have all the time in the world.
Exactly.
Beg your pardon. No. I try and get there like, I want to be there the hour before. So say if I'm teeing off at 12, I want to be at the course when it clicks over to 11. So if I'm there by 10 minutes early for my hour early.
Perfect.
And I go to the range, and I actually thought about it the other day. When I get there, it's normally pretty full. That's a pretty chocker time.
Yeah.
I get there and I just treat it like it's a bit of stand-up comedy. Nice. So I've got the line of people there.
Yeah.
I don't practice. I don't hit any balls. Like I actively, deliberately don't hit. Yep. And I just stand up there and I'm like, okay, let's see if I can make some people laugh.
Yeah.
And then with about 35 minutes to go, head up, couple Guinness, and then just straight to the first.
So no warm-up, 2 Guinness.
Don't you eat range balls?
First.
Never.
Really?
Not even ever.
I reckon you should. Can you give it a crack this week and see what happens?
No.
Well, thanks for helping out the podcast.
What do you mean?
Get there early, practice a bit early, and then see what you shoot, and then come back and go like, that was a game changer.
Oh, well, I will. Okay, so I shot 83 on the weekend.
All right, let's see if we can beat that.
All right. Do you really think warming up is going to have anything to do with it?
Yes.
I don't.
Do you not feel like after like 3 holes or 4 holes, you start going, there it is, and then you're back? You get that feeling on the range. Just go down with a 7-iron. Pop.
I'm the opposite, because once I warm up and start getting looser, things start moving a bit more, and then I'm, when I'm cold, I'm like stuck in this stiff little zone.
Well,
and
2 Guinness isn't going to help that. That's going to be nothing but loosening.
Yeah, but while I'm there, and that's a tactic, while I'm there having a Guinness, up on the bar stool, bring the leg up, stretch the hips out, stretch the lower back.
Okay. Well, hang on a minute. This is just opposite of what you just said. You want to be stiff, apparently. That's why you don't warm up. But you are drinking Guinness and stretching.
Limber, no, all lower body.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because golf's all lower body, isn't it? It's all of course it's lower body. You need to be limber everywhere. It feels like you're wanting to stretch.
I want a full small bucket before you tee off on Saturday.
Yeah, and a proper
stretch. I can't afford to do that because it means I'm going to hit 200 shots for the day.
Yeah, then you'll be really... Get a power band. Next time you get your power band on, then you can have your warm-up.
I haven't got the endurance to hit 150 balls in one day.
Come on, just try it once.
All right.
Do it for the boys.
You do it on every other sport that I've ever played requires a warm-up.
Well, the last time I went to the chip and green, I lost a ball. So, what's the point? I go to the chip and green, and it's funny because I get down there and everyone's like, "Oh, watch out, here they come!" And because they all know that I can't chip, and it's like I'm just going to prove you guys wrong. First ball, bladed it. It's into the deep bush, like over the back, gone. Don't even bother looking for it. Brand new TP5, lost. Donated back to the course.
No chipping, just 7 irons.
That is one of the worst feelings of golf. Is like unboxing a fresh nurry and just losing it off the tee. Losing it. It's had one shot and it's just dust.
Well, I did that on the
such a horrible
13th.
Feeling.
Pulled out a brand new ball because I think I doubled the par 5. Get up to the 13th, I'm like, brand new ball because it's not me, it's the ball.
Yeah, you have to do that. Throw the demons away.
Brand new ball. And just like at address, I thought, I'm going to try a new swing. Just snap hooked it straight into the tree. Like I'm talking 15 meters in front of me. Snap hooked it in there, and then because I said it out loud, I'm going to try a new swing. And then once
you went out, you early crowed it.
Yeah, and the boys are just like
the crow wields power when you say it out loud.
Yeah.
The boys are like, what did you do that for? Like, what are you trying to change your swing for mid round?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
But then I parred in from there. So
beautiful.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have a hit the weekend?
No. And this is an issue. And I've since doing this, I've realised I need to play a bit more. So I took the kids to Hammersley this morning.
What a spot.
How good. Driving range.
Sponsored by Hammersley.
Didn't actually hit too many because once the screen comes up and there's games, the boys just jump in there. And so, but I did try hit a couple of balls.
Did you take the clubs down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Had a young kid come up and want a photo and gave him a towel. So I need a towel.
Yeah. Oh, you gave him a towel.
I gave him my towel. I mean, there you go, mate. And then I was like,
have that.
Oh, shit, I don't have one.
Yeah, perfect.
Now I need to get one.
Take that one back.
Yeah, I know. It'll take me freshie.
Rip that off the wall.
So, yeah, but I'm playing this Saturday with my old man at Collie Park.
Nice.
And then this Monday, we're actually filming again. So we're going to do, hopefully, all going ahead, Mount Lawley on their new track.
Yeah.
And then
Is that this Monday coming?
Yeah. Oh, no. We were filming. And then maybe Wembley or Royal Whaleback in the afternoon because we're talking about doing some videos where we play some public courses and just, back to the common folk.
What's it look like actually getting to go to, like, how do you organise filming at a course?
It's funny you say that because we're going through the process now. So Whaleback actually just did renovations maybe a couple of weeks ago, and the superintendent messaged me and said, so I'm liaising with him, and he said, mate, renos haven't bounced back as quick as we were hoping for. Can we delay it?
Yeah. And
we've been trying to set up this film day with Mount Lawley for, it's been set up for months, really. So trying to get Whaleback in just quickly in the afternoon.
Yep.
Just so we can fill a spot. So if that doesn't come through, which we're looking, we got less than a week now, we're going to have to find somewhere else. So it's pretty much on the fly. But this one's different because it's going to be filmed in the afternoon. So we can almost go anywhere. We did want to go to Secrets, but it's like a good hour hike from Mount Lawley to Secrets.
A long way.
Like Secrets is in such good nick at the moment.
Yeah.
But
do it.
An hour from Mount Lawley down there. We're not going to get down there till 1. Plus him and Gravy live north, so then it's like a 4-hour trek back to get home. So it's just a bit far.
But what's the actual process of organising it and teeing it up with the club? Are they reaching out to you? Are you reaching out to them? How's it going?
Normally, so for instance, we're talking about doing the Sunshine Coast.
Yep.
During sort of June when it's going to be wet, but hopefully there's the only place in Australia you can sort of get some good weather. And we haven't been there. So I'll put up maybe a story saying, where should we play on the Sunshine Coast?
Yep.
And this one I inundated. Like, I don't know if half the people in Queensland watch our videos, but I got so many messages.
Yep.
You'll get a heap of guys saying, oh, come play with me and Dave. And then you just wait for like a guy that says, oh, I'm the pro at Mount
RBC.
Coolum or something. Yeah. And you're like, and so I'll save that one and go, okay, that's the guy I'm going to flick a message to.
Yep.
And then we work out, okay, we're going to fly in Sunday, then we start Monday. So then you just throw out the dates to all these clubs and then you try and link them up. And
okay.
It takes a while, but if you get like good month ahead, but it's got to the point where places understand that we're going to show off your golf course. So even Whaleback, he wasn't happy with us doing it because it won't look great.
Yeah.
But we'll try our best to make a place look as good as possible. And it's sort of coming along where people know that. So then we're getting
a few more.
Good. Yeah, they're like opening the door. Yeah, which is awesome. Yeah. There's a couple of like small Melbourne courses that won't let us do it.
No, that's fair enough. And they'll come around eventually.
When they go down the Gurgler.
When they
struggling financially.
When they slip,
we try to help you.
When they slip out of relevance, and
I'm dead keen. Like I want to do some public courses. I'm dead keen to. You get like a country course for volunteers, and you're like, let's go to that place and show that off. Like big fan of that, and then also showing off the ones that look great on camera. So yeah, it's getting easier to get a hold of courses, and they're pretty welcoming as well. Like give us a couple of carts, and we try our best to show the place off. So
because that is when we go, we literally just need a couple of carts. Yep. In an ideal world, like we've been to loads of places. Like I think most of them are pretty good, but I remember Royal Queensland was like really good. They booked out like 4 or 5 spots behind us, so we can take our time. And obviously we can't expect that everywhere. But when it's like that, they understand it. They get it. They give you as much room as you need.
That's good.
But otherwise, we're normally in the pace of play. Like him being a one ball, we can get through in 2.5 hours. We did Queenstown in, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like that was hooking.
Yep.
Are people around you like annoyed, or are they? Do you have to inform other groups, or like if they see a big drone flying above you guys,
We're very cautious about it. So because I fly the drone and it's all linked to like my business, I'm just very smart about it. I don't ever want anything to come back. So I fly to like the law, basically.
Yep.
Make sure everything's done tickety-boo so nothing can come back and bite us. But most of the time it's just people yelling out from like 3 fairways over, chopper,
get a putting lesson.
Yeah. Stay out of the bunkers.
Okay.
Most people see it. As soon as people see a camera, like an actual, especially with the setup I've got, they see that and they're kind of like, oh, what's going on here?
Cool, yeah. As opposed to someone just filming with a phone. It's like, here's the camera, here's the tripod. That is pretty. I've always been interested in that. You just mentioned get a putting lesson. Speaking of putters,
I booked in a putting lesson on Friday.
You've done it?
You've booked in a putting lesson?
I talked to him. I've got Friday. It's a public holiday. Sent him a message.
Yep.
He
what
said
time are you doing the putting lesson?
Not sure. He's probably on the brink of cancelling, no doubt. But I just want to get someone's eyes on it. Let me have a couple of goes. I was just at home with the young blokes who were...
Yep.
And I just grabbed my old Scotty Cameron out on the putting mat, in. Straight in the bag. That's all I need right now.
The Scotty's in the bag.
I've had that Scotty since I was a trainee pro, so that's like 12 years ago. It's the first Scotty. Like when you turn trainee pro, you normally get like a Titleist contract and they give you balls, like a putter, some irons or something like that. And that was the first Scotty I ever got. Oh. So I'm just always holding on to it. But
is that the one you got refurbished?
Yeah, got it refurbished. French finish that did his putter. He a couple of dings on the top, gone.
That happens.
It's like, and that's probably why I stopped using it, because you look down, there's this big whopping ding on the top, and I was like, I can't.
I got a few dings in mine. Go
get it redone. It's game
I feel
changer.
like it has character though. I look down, I'm like, that's a putter that's been through some things.
Yeah, big fan of that.
Yeah, and it has certainly. It's a Nike Method putter. And again, it's Ryan Ruffles gave me a lot of clubs. That was my first real set, was his old, here I was just being a big legend off 36 and have a set of blade irons that have got this worn-in dot in the middle of every club where he's just blasted them and they're coming off everywhere. No idea what I'm doing. I'm hitting those. Anyway, I've kept the red rocket of his, which is a Nike Covert 3 hybrid, and this Nike Method that he had. I remember he was playing an Australian Amateurs Championship and he 4-putted the last, and he gave me the putter as I was walking off the tee. So I was just walking the course with him. He gave me, it was like there would have been 15 other people, his mum, his dad, me, and he just walked off and he just gave me the putter and said, I don't want this anymore. You have it.
That reminds me of
How good's this?
one of the most
just a free putter.
Embarrassing moments of my golfing career. The Blitz tournament, the first Blitz tournament I played in. For some reason, when I play this Blitz tournament, my putter really doesn't work.
Just decided not to turn up.
I was on the last green and there was a couple of young kids there, and I said to one of the young kids, like, if I miss this putt, you can have my putter. Missed
How far was the putt?
10 foot.
Oh,
like it was. Okay. I was getting rid of it. Like,
yeah, cool.
So I missed it. Went over to him and I said, "Do you want this?" And he said, "No." And he was about 8. Yeah,
no, I don't, mate.
People laughed.
That is soul destroying. You almost just put it on the floor and say, "Someone take it. I'm not having this."
Is that the same competition where I beat you off the stick?
No. That was the year before.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? Do you know?
I don't know about that.
So you know what the Blitz event is?
You need to come next year.
So 6 holes, they play at Yukon.
Yeah.
I was invited this year, so it was me, Chopper, and Big Red.
Is that the one that you hit the ball like 400 metres on a hole?
Yes.
Yeah, that was my
And someone yelled out applesauce.
Yeah, applesauce.
Yeah. One of the best moments of my life.
Yeah.
I beat him off the stick by 2 shots.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Putter.
Yeah,
I was coming good at the end. I was starting to peak. Yeah. If it was an actual proper tour event, I would have come back.
Doesn't matter. We played the actual event, and I beat. There was actually
you can only play what's in front of you. Can't you?
There was 3 pros I beat as well, which is real bad.
Wow, what did you shoot? Did you go under par?
Like
we had millions. I had 1,000,001.
Yeah,
he had 1,000,000.
Yeah. I think I shot 4 or 6, so it was something like that. But yeah,
no, it was really funny though. It was the fact that the groups in front of us were like some good golfers. Like
Peaky was in front of us.
Yeah, we had
Ryan
guys.
Peake.
Yeah.
Yep. New Zealand Open winner. Had one at that stage.
Brett Rumford.
He's a gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hayden Barron. Like
he
these
hits
are golfers.
the ball a long way.
We had 5 times more people watching the 3 of us shoot 116 over. And to be honest, and this is probably the problem with some pro golf. Once we missed the cut by 100, we grabbed a beer and we sat back, and a couple of the pros played up 18, made a birdie.
Yeah.
If one of us made a birdie, shirt was off.
I would have done Happy Gilmore style.
Pars, we were high-fiving for pars.
Yeah.
We hit a fairway. There was like crowd slaps. So
crowd slaps.
I could see why you would follow that because it was like watching a car crash, like a very slow-moving car crash over 6 holes.
Yeah. There's something about watching a group of guys struggle on the golf course that just
we laughed about it.
Exactly. But like guys who don't get too down and just enjoy, it's just not my day.
Sometimes I forget that the way I carry on the golf course, like I'm not an idiot or anything, but like if I hit a shank, that is the funniest thing that can possibly happen on the golf course.
Yeah.
But I've seen like other people hit a shank and they're like embarrassed about it and there's like a club slam and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I don't realise that I'm the odd one. You know, like a lot of people wouldn't laugh when they hit a shank. That's why when he misses a putt and whatever, I'm genuinely laughing because when I'm with my mates and they miss like a tap in, it's like that's the best you can
standing behind a bloke from 50 metres out and he just flubs a wedge 20.
Brilliant, man.
It's just the best.
Yeah.
It really is great.
You're laughing, but you're like, mate, I've been there.
I've been there. I am there regularly. I'm there all the time.
I was born.
I was born in the darkness. You merely adopted it.
Yeah.
You just mentioned club throwing, and you sent something in a little bit earlier that you wanted a few.
It was actually something that I wanted to bring up because I played with a bloke on the weekend, and I doubt he'd be listening to this, so it doesn't matter. I reckon he threw anywhere between 10 and 15 clubs.
Whoa.
Yeah. Too many.
That's far too
Sometimes multiple club throws in a hole.
That's incredible.
And
I would have picked it up and thrown it further.
I kept saying, I said to him, I'm like,
was he a mate of yours or just a guy you got paired with?
I'd say he's a mate. I know him through golf. I play with him every now and again, but it's not like I go around to his house and have a beer.
Okay. And you'll be avoiding his name on the tee sheet from now on, I would have thought.
Well, I don't
sit well
like
with you.
that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. Even like if I played around, say, with Chopper on a Saturday and he had a club throw, I'd be like, it's not ideal, but I can see that energy. Sometimes, as blokes, we just like smashing things and getting rid of things and whatever.
When you say club throw, is he
helicopter?
Is it a helicopter? Or is it just like, there's my bag over there, I flub the wedge and just...
Nah, this is like you throw your shoulder out trying to get it as far as...
Proper hoik.
Axe throwing sort of stuff.
Right, so he's done it once and then it kept going. But okay, so as an example, if Chopper did that on a Saturday, just did it once, I'd be like, okay, I get it. If he then did it the following week, I'd be like, nah. You got to pull your head in. Mm-hmm. So then when he did it multiple times during the round, I don't really care because it's not me. It doesn't affect me. Nothing else. I'm already in my own head. Nothing's going to bother my round. But I just thought, nah, you got to cut that out. And I just think that's unacceptable.
Did you say something?
I told him to throw it further next time.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah.
I would hit a bad shot and then go into his bag and throw a club.
Yeah. And then he hit a really good shot and I said, throw it now. Do you know, I went the opposite.
Little like rib shots.
Yeah, I was like, come on, throw it again. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan, but equally as well, if I was that angry and someone was telling me to calm down, it'd just annoy me more. Yeah. So I don't know. I just did my own thing. But yeah, I just think that's unacceptable.
It is.
And then the other thing that I found really unacceptable during the round was the other playing partner. Now this will get you. He put his tee in an old tee hole.
I hate it. I hate it.
Sunk straight down.
He didn't have. There was no pressure. It just went in. Now, if you can visually get that, he just used the old tee hole, and I just thought, no, you know what?
That annoyed me.
I'd rather see a club throw.
That is just. That's just. I don't know why that annoys me.
Honestly, and you know what? I thought I want to make a series of like things that are unacceptable on a golf course, but like minor things like that. You can't do that ever. You can't ever do that.
Here's one thing that annoys me, and it shouldn't. Like, you're allowed 2 meters off the back of the tee markers to give you that's the rule, isn't it? 2 club lengths.
Yeah.
Like, people who use that and go all the way back, don't stand 2 club lengths away.
No.
I hate it. It's well within the rules, but like, if you're a meter off the line, don't be a meter off the line.
But you know what? I always think about now, like
don't be a meter off the line.
The chances of me having a hole in one are far more than the actual odds. But like,
hang on a minute, have you had one?
No way near.
Well, then you just said, far better.
Far worse. You know, so if the odds
I thought you just said it's far better than the actual.
I read that the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm way better.
Oh, don't you champ me, mate. All right,
that goes on the list. Another thing that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Come on, legends. Let's get
Righto, Chief. Here we go. No, so I think like if it's 133, and I know my 9 goes like 135, like, and I'm thinking if I just didn't walk back a bit, I don't know, might be over analysing that one.
Yeah, if you're not within 30 centimetres of the front line, get out of my face. Get away.
DQ'd.
Get out. You're out.
I can't stop thinking about the tee hole.
Yeah,
Like,
just throwing a sausage in a corridor and it just whoop straight down.
it's rank, man. It was very funny, but I don't.
It would have had to have been a massive tee the first time.
Yeah.
I don't
Someone
like it.
just stick their finger in the ground just to really open it up. Or was there a sprinkler in there?
I don't know, man, but he had a good shot, which is the more concerning part. But yeah, wasn't a huge fan of that. That's all I've got for unacceptable things on the course. But
This isn't unacceptable, but this happened. This didn't happen the last time I played, but last time I played with my older brother, this happened, and I was like, you know how I said he sometimes thins it and it hits a flag, and he's like, oh, I got lucky there. I mean, sorry, I got unlucky there. No, you didn't.
No.
You got very lucky. Another one that he does a bit, and I find myself getting annoyed at people who do this, is when there's the pin and you've hit nowhere near it. You're still on the green, but like you're close to an old pin. You're close to an old cup.
Yeah.
And someone goes, oh, geez, I was close. Like
Here a day early.
Yeah, you're a day or two
a day
out.
late.
Like, you haven't hit it close. You've tugged it.
Yeah.
And that would have been close, but that wouldn't have been where you were aiming. I find that annoys me.
I don't have OCD, but I seem to have it about golf bags not set up correctly.
Oh.
So if someone comes for a golf lesson and like the driver's in the putter, the wedges are like up the top, like it's in their buggy and the driver's like hitting the handle. I was like, are we going to do this or are we just going to leave? So while they're telling me about that, I've got to slice them in. I'm like driver at the top, 3-wood. Like I do it all the time. I just move it. And then I literally go like, how good does that look?
Yeah, well,
like,
how good's that? And just so easy if you know where your 5-iron is all the time.
Yeah, but then they'll hit like a 7-iron and then I'm like, right, we'll grab a 3-wood and then they throw the 5-iron where the driver is. And I was like,
No, that's just that's just nervous energy, that, mate.
It is nervous energy.
But like, yeah, even my club did my MGI just brought out an advertisement for a buggy and the buggy's wheeling and they're like the new MGI, whatever, X1. The driver's at the bottom hitting the handle. And I wrote a comment like, who set up that golf pack?
That's a non-golfer that set that up.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just whacking the handle. I was like, I'm not buying.
Yeah.
Like you've just ruined that buggy for me.
Yeah.
Unless they want to sponsor this.
Unless they obviously want to speak MGI.
X1, the fastest buggy I've ever seen.
The best buggy ever.
One thing I was doing on the weekend was Pep's pretty much hit every fairway. It was frustrating me. And then like by the end of it, he'd hit like a nice little draw and he'd hit the fairway. And I kept saying like, oh yeah, nice save. Like just like little under jabs. No one laughed. No one cared. I don't think anyone picked up what I was. But I was
think though.
Yeah, I was trying to think like, oh yeah, nice save there.
Always not. Even just when the group in front of you is, only 150 metres down there and you're playing with a mate and it's just like, you go, mate. You're good to go now.
You could probably
go now.
That's the good banter.
It's just a nice, I reckon you're good, mate. Oh.
Which is why I'm not a huge fan of, like I love match play, but pennants, because there's none of that in pennants. Like it's just you and another bloke. You might have your caddy with her.
I'd still do it if I didn't know the bloke. You go, mate.
I've played with some... Like
you're probably right to go, son.
I'll play with some flogs, man, and it's like you just wouldn't even bother because they're probably not listening in the first place.
Yeah, but it's good to just know.
You reckon?
I reckon it's good
I'll
to know.
I'll double down this year.
Yeah, I reckon it's good to know.
Yeah, good save, mate.
Yeah, like I reckon
piped it.
Like I went and watched Wade McIntosh play a few. He's a pennants at Cot. I was mates with him and I've watched him play a few pennant rounds. They were playing at Yokine, and there was a guy on the 8th hole? The par 5
goes up
the hill. He was in the left bunker, like fairway bunker, and took a driver out of there. And I was just like, I was watching him, and I was like, there was people on the green, and he was just sort of assessing the situation and was clearly waiting for them to clear the green. And he was like 200 and
it's
what
like
is it?
260.
It's a long, long way
uphill.
And and it was just us. And I said, as we were sitting there, he was just like, just chilling, looking at it, going back. And I was like, definitely we should be waiting here. And he just didn't say, again, like he didn't pay any attention to me. I was like, oh, geez, yeah, definitely a good wait. And then just like hit the lip and just popped out. And it was like, that was never not going to happen. You've got a fairway bunker 280 metres away and you've taken a chief and you're just never going to go anywhere near the green.
You pull it off though.
Oh, of course,
it
goes down in legend.
Yeah.
Folklore.
That's worth it, having a crack.
Yeah, I respect him for having a crack, but like
it's like a 4-iron out of that bunker. I'm in there pretty much every time, man.
It's not a driver.
It's not driver.
It's certainly
that's
not a
huge
driver.
lip on that.
So that one thing that I wanted to bring up actually, and I said it for homework for us last week. Did anyone do the homework? Or not?
Yeah, I did.
I thought of it on the way here.
Yeah, same. Sure.
Sure.
The homework was a rule of golf that you would change or potentially implement if you wanted to come up with a new one. So if you said you've done your homework on the way here, it's fresh in your mind.
Forget if I
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. I want to get rid of the penalty in some situations. So tee shot goes way right, can't find it. I'm now hitting 2. I'm not hitting 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The only time you should get penalised is if your ball's stuck like up in the bush and you want to get it out and you're taking a physical drop from where it was. Yep. That's a shot, and then you play 3. But yeah, tee shot gone. Okay, I'll go again. I'm hitting 2.
So your provisional's your second shot.
Yeah, it's number 2, and then I think it will speed up play. Whereas if you have to take a penalty, you're hitting 3. You're like, well, I'm going to go find that
I'm going to have a look for my third. Yeah,
otherwise it was funny.
I just thought of mine, and I was sorry. I was waiting for you to finish, but I thought of mine, and it's pretty funny.
Just then, you just done your homework there.
Yeah. That's a good. I
just want to get rid of the penalty. For taking a drop out of water or something. But if it's a lost ball, hang on, I'll read. When you lose a ball, it's not a penalty. You just go again, and it's your second.
Yeah, I like it. Just reload, throw it on the turf.
Number 2, because it is my second go.
It is my second shot. Yeah,
technically. So yeah.
I got 2. One's unrealistic, and we always say it when we're coming up with the rules for like the your bits and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the bits is 1 tackle per 9. It's like, now, obviously, that can't be implemented. McElroy's just
staring down a putt.
Mid-swing. Mid-swing. Oh. Yeah. Like the old Domino's, like rugby pizza tackle. Yeah. Which obviously won't get accepted.
Does it still count as a swing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's just like.
I'm already anxious. Getting ready to get pole
You don't know when it's coming.
No.
So if you don't make contact with the ball, it counts. It's a fresh area.
I don't know. We could write the rule properly if we want, but
it's just basically just like line up and let me smoke you once every night.
Yeah, that's it. If you have a windy, then you can re-tee.
Okay, mate, fair.
You have to make contact with the ball.
That's massive timing on the tackler's part.
It's a big
because there's a swinging club in the way.
None of this is guesswork, mate. You're doing it properly. Yeah. So do your homework on that one.
1 tackle per 9.
It's not bad.
The Liv could introduce that.
Yeah,
they'd get away with it.
They would certainly get away with it.
No, the real one was
that wasn't the real one. I was happy with that.
I really love playing in match play, like when we're. We press. So for people that might not know what a press is, when you've lost the match, and so say you've been done 2-1, you're 2 down with 1 hole to play, you can then press, meaning we have 1 hole to play. If we win that if we win that match, we don't have to pay you out. Everything's halved. I wish that was a thing in match play when you've lost, but you then have to win all the way back in. I don't know like the fine points of it, but I know that it just adds so much pressure. It adds pressure to you being the winner, and you now have to hold it out for however many holes, and then it creates pressure knowing that you've already lost and you can try and crawl your way back. I know it's like I just really like that at the end.
I love the idea of a press, but I'm just trying to think.
Like sudden death, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how that would work in a match.
Because there's just then no benefit to winning early.
Correct, yeah.
Maybe it's maybe you get a double or nothing sort of situation.
You would never press if you lost like 5 and 4, because then you would have to win 4 holes straight. So you're never going to press. But when it's like so there's a penalty on pressing and losing. When you lose the press, so say if I press against you, and I owe you say $20, I lose, 40. I now owe you 40.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of it in a professional sense. What's the tournament that is match play?
The match play one.
The match play one.
Shot, mate.
If it's the match play one and you decide to press and you lose it, you should be exempt from the next tournament. That could be a penalty.
Yeah, or like 50 lashes or something.
Just
I don't know. Yeah.
Just punch someone today.
Belt a couple of guys. I had 2. Mine were, one of them was a serious one that I just don't know how this is not a rule. Like if you hit the fairway and you're in a divot, get it out.
Oh, 100%.
It's the stupidest rule that
I thought of that, but then I was like, I can't tell you the last time that's happened to me.
Happened to me on the week. Happened to me Monday.
Oh, did it?
Devastated.
You need a fairway.
I only hit a couple. I only hit a couple.
That's even worse.
It wasn't my first shot. It was my second shot back out. I actually got into it. It was on the par 5 on the 4th, hit left. So I was left of that left bunker.
Yeah.
Punched out over, and middle of the fairway was just in a divot. And I was like, well, fuck this. And had a 6.
Yeah.
But like that should just be, that's such an easy one. Just pick it up and put it right there next to it.
Just a blanket rule. It's, like you get 6 inches on every fairway and every golf course, everywhere, all the time.
Yep.
Any
Otherwise,
competition.
people go, that's a divot. No, it's not.
Yep.
If it's just like preferred lies within 6 inches.
Preferred lies within 6 inches. Happy with that, no matter what. Clean your, if there's a little bit of dust on the ball, get rid of it. A little bit of mud, that's 100%. Fine.
Yeah.
The other one that I don't think it will ever get implemented, but I actually like it, is no rakes in bunkers.
Oh, like proper
It's
penalty.
a hazard. It's a hazard. You're in there and you're in a bloke's foot mark, or he's had a swing at it. It gets raked. The wind will naturally sweep it overnight, and if you're the first one out there, good on you. But if you're the last bloke out on the course, not you're twitching your lip there. You hate bunkers at the best of times.
It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter if I've got the perfect lie or I'm in a foot
But
mark.
I just think if it's a hazard, because like the guys on tour now and good golfers are so good that a bunker isn't like if it's just a fairway, if it's just a greenside bunker, it's like, well, so what?
Let's just go preferred lies in the bunkers then.
No, let's not. Let's make it a real hazard. Let's be okay. If you're in, if someone's had a swing and it goes back, if you lip it and it comes back into your hole, into your pothole, that happens in actual golf. So you shouldn't have to you shouldn't rake it. You just walk out.
That's brutal.
It's brutal, but I just think it's.
That's tough. But once again, it doesn't matter what my lie is in a bunker.
Yeah,
it's not that's easy.
Did you go on the bunker on the weekend?
You know what? My bunker is actually really good. When I say really good, I had an up and down out of a bunker.
Really?
Yes, mate. Yes, I had up and down at the 5th hole at the cut. Got out. Got out up and down out of bunker. I nearly cried. It's a massive moment for me on camera as well. We filmed it. Yeah, it's huge. Huge for the program.
That.
I actually am also looking forward to seeing that.
I'll send it through when it comes through.
Yeah, please do. All right, have you guys got your headphones in, or am I having to? Have you got anything else for us before we get to our little weekly?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things, but I don't know.
Go for it.
You reckon? All right,
I'll just go for it. Run through some things.
Chopper, because I put a thing up on a group chat, the Ron Chopper group chat, and just said anybody got a couple of questions. So I picked a couple out. Adam Shell, have you guys thought about doing an Ambrose event like a Chopper Cup?
Yeah, we have, haven't we? We've
got something sorted for Barnbougle.
Well, we're thinking about doing a Barnbougle trip, but then it gets pretty pricey, and
unless they wanted to come to the party, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, probably the smart way to do it is do it in Perth and test it out.
Yep.
Fine tune it, and then make it something you go on tour. But I reckon a pairs Ambrose Chopper tournament at a nice little like Pinjarra or something like that.
Yep.
That'd be unreal.
It'd be beautiful.
Saturday, Sunday. Piss up on the Saturday night, barbecue. Oh, yeah, let's do it.
It sounds
That's
unreal.
Already, I'm in.
Yeah.
We're partners.
Yeah.
You and I, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And we will cheat and win.
Yeah. Everyone's playing for second.
Yeah.
You guys card of 42.
Yeah.
And then the other one by a fella, Wins Pritchard, I think, maybe.
That's close enough.
Yeah. Have you or Chop had any issues so far with golf equipment being damaged during travel? If not, what travel bags do you use? I just thought it was an easy one. We've actually been very lucky. We've never lost anything, broken anything.
No,
100%
right.
jinxing it.
My leg of my buggy is slightly bent. Buggy leg stand is slightly, but I need to check the other one if that's the design. I just noticed it this morning, but no, we've been pretty lucky.
Little curved design.
Yeah, like little
T-Rex claws or something.
Yeah.
So you use a very heavily padded TaylorMade one.
Yeah, I got a TaylorMade padding one.
And I've been using Gravies.
Shout out TaylorMade, sponsoring the podcast actually today.
Yes.
So
People take their good tip. Take your heads off with the new drivers. You can take your heads off, put it in your head cover, put it in your bag. I had one person put like a broom stick in, and that sticks out the most, so it would cop the brunt rather than the driver. So that's another tip for you. But yeah, just get a good travel bag. Spend a bit of extra money, and if it means your golf clubs don't get bent, then that's a win.
Yep. And then someone else asked, this is actually a really good one. What's your inner monologue when you're driving to the golf course for a stroke round, an important stroke round? What's going on in your head?
I'm shooting the lights out.
That's what
You go in confident.
I go in there and like whether it's stroke, whether it's Stableford, I walk in there and I fully anticipate having 50 points.
Yeah.
And like breaking the course. I anticipate hitting every fairway and I tell myself like there's no reason I shouldn't be going under par today. and it's disgusting.
I would love to. I need to start doing that.
It's a disgusting mindset.
That's
to
a great
roll into
mindset.
every single golf course that I go to thinking, why couldn't I? I know that if I drive the ball well, I can hit it 300 metres. And if I can get that straight, I've got a wedge in. And I know if I hit a wedge well, I can get it close. And I know my best putts will go in. Why can't I birdie every hole? That's what I think. Honestly, going to every course. It's disgusting.
I need to do that.
It's a horrible way to be because it always ends in disappointment.
I think about like the first hole. This is how bad my mental is at the minute. I think about the first hole and how can I hit a 2-iron? How is the first hole warrant me hitting a 2-iron to get it in play?
You know
rather
one
than
thing,
smoking a
you
driver?
haven't called your 2-iron the chicken stick for a long time. I went back and watched an old video.
Is that what we called
And
it?
you used to call it the chicken
We'll
stick.
bring it back.
Why
It's my
was it-
favourite.
why is it called chicken
I
stick?
think it's because you're not hitting driver. You're
Oh, yeah.
that
You're
that
a
actually-
chicken.
yeah, you're a chicken.
And
Yeah.
you're using a stick. Ah, got you. Okay.
The chicken stick. I respect that. What is your inner monologue going to the course?
This is really uncharacteristic of me. I listened to a podcast by Dr. Bob Rotella. It's not a podcast, it's a book, and it's called something like The Perfect Game or Not Perfect Game. It's basically, he's a golf psychologist.
Okay, so we're breaking it down.
Yeah, like proper. And I listened to him, and he's actually very good. He says like, you don't have to do this properly, and if you hit a bad shot, you don't get angry, and blah blah blah. It's actually really good to listen to.
I'd
How long
like
does
both
that
of you
last?
next. I'd like both of you
30
next time.
seconds.
Yeah, I'd like both of you next time you play to go in with my mindset.
Yeah, I'm doing
I'm
it.
gonna
I've
Right.
never
Okay.
thought I'm going to shoot 40 points ever in my life.
That's what I actually do. Going in every round, and it always ends in tears.
I keep thinking, what old balls do I have in the bag
No.
to use first? Like, so I don't lose.
It always is. If you can get through a round of golf with a single soldier, you've done well.
Yep.
Like if you get to the end of it and there's scratches and dinks and you think, yep, you've survived, one of the good guys.
Yeah.
I remember getting it. If I've played well and then like a week later I've just had a putt and I pulled a ball out and I was like, oh,
He was
g'day,
good to me.
Dave. Here we go.
He
This
was good to me
was
this
good
time.
to me. Yeah.
And then
Whack,
he's off
whack,
the
whack.
first. He's done.
See you later, mate.
Never see him again.
Most of mine have smileys. Like when I'm out of the bunker, it's just like a full blade straight into the. Got to change that one over.
Yeah.
You can hear it whistling off
Yeah.
the tee.
There's a little crack in it. Jaden, have we got anything? Have you got anything else that you had? You said you had a couple of things. Otherwise, we got a
Videos.
couple of videos. I think we got.
Oh, let's hear.
We've
Let's,
finally
really
got some
struggling
video
with this
submissions to
earpiece
watch.
are we
thing.
having a rant? I haven't thought of a rant.
We don't have to have a rant. We can have a rant if we want.
I might pass.
Have you got anything to rant about?
I do, but I don't know if I do it.
Okay, you don't have to.
It's controversial.
Oh, is this what we were talking about last night?
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's like a bit of beef with another podcast.
no. I'm having nothing to do
No,
with
I'll leave it. I'll leave it.
Wow, I think we do it. Anyway, I think we do
Full
it.
send.
Yep, full
Go
send
on
it. Anyway,
5 under.
that's right. What about this, Jaden? Have we got the television on or
Yeah,
not?
do you want me to read out the emails first?
Yeah, read some emails out.
All right, this one's from Oliver Pike.
Pikey.
Hey, lads, loving the podcast so far. Looking
Thanks,
forward
mate.
to a Stableford vlog at one of the many Perth tracks before too long. I reckon a clubhouse confessions of all the dumb shit people have done / seen on the course would be a ripper segment. I got eaten up by Mount Lawley Easter Sunday, so I thought I'd reach out.
It happens.
Similar to Ron, I've been gifted with a large frame, and this unfortunately comes with a cow corner cricket slog of a golf swing, and have always had issues shallowing the club. I've had a couple of lessons with my local pro, but unfortunately nothing too groundbreaking in this space. Trying to let the shallow happen naturally is the next step for me. Have sent through a couple of swing vids, both a touch different, but either way, keen to get your thoughts.
I know. I will be brutally honest with you, Pikey, when I see these. If the telly's not on, Jaden. There it is.
Perfect. Looks good to me.
Does it? No, come on.
Honestly,
I can't tell if that's good or bad. Like, I'm looking at that, I'm like, yeah, it's a guy that can swing a golf club.
let the
Let the tour pro
let
get
the-
on it. Here we go. Oh, that
Oh,
looked
close.
thin. Was that thin? Felt thin.
go on, break it down.
Well, okay, so where his alignment stick is there, he could probably move it a bit closer just to actually
What's
really...
that stick doing? It's pointing him in, like, what's
It's
it?
stopping him coming over the top. So it basically sits outside the ball. If you take it out, you'd whack it. If you come down outside the ball, you'd whack it. The swing before with the iron at Wembley, I reckon if he could just get a bit more shoulder turn, bit more chest turn, because he's all arms. So
This would probably be a really good thing to say as well. Like for anybody only listening.
Yeah,
this-
go on YouTube.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
on YouTube. You're 100% better off watching this on YouTube right now.
a little bit of shoulder turn in his backswing, and like just generally when you turn your shoulders, everything sort of starts to go on a bit more of an arc.
Yeah.
So if I want to hit a draw, I will just give me the big Rories, the
you'll
big
rip it.
Rories, and then
Grip
that's
it and rip it.
that's where I'm going to get a draw without actually actively trying. But he's closer on that one than he is at
So
Wembley.
which one's the better swing? The second swing?
They're both a bit sketchy.
Jade,
Well-
does it say what he plays off?
Yeah, Pikey, what are you off?
he's
Okay,
hiding
let's have to have a guess here. Now, this could be really flattering on pikey, or this could be average. So have a guess, but you can't say 18.
That's a 15 handicapper, maybe 14.
The thing is, though, if you seen my swing and you didn't know what I played off, what would you say I play off?
I would have said, yes, 16.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he could easily play off 9.
The only thing, like when you hit a big fade, you know it's going to be a big fade.
Yep.
Like how many times have you played with an old bloke that plays off like 8, but he has to aim
He knows that he's
left.
aiming left. See, I look at this guy, and here's what I'm thinking when I'm breaking down his handicap. First things first. You're not practicing if you're off 26, so he's not. He's in the. It's obviously sub 18. The finish. That's a man who knows.
That's a good finish.
It's a man who knows what a finish looks like. He's seen some actual golf. And I feel like a man who's willing to send in this, Pikey, you are off 11.
Yeah, it's a good guess, that.
Pikey's 11. Ron, anything else for Pikey?
No, I'd like to see his hands be less active, but the more he turns his chest, the less his hands can do.
Yeah. I literally have no idea what you mean when you say
see how he's all like flappy?
Yeah.
Like watch how he's like, the club nearly hits him in the shoulder and then flicks it through. Anyone that does that, it's going to be different every time. He'll hit a draw then, and the next shot can be a block cut. And he was like, what the hell just happened? So I would get him to turn his chest, get his hands out of it a little bit, and go from there.
I like how he said big frame as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like
big
that,
fan of that.
Yep. What do we got next, Jaden? Is that it?
Next one from Matheson's.
Right, get Pikey off my screen. I'm sick of it.
I played recently at Bunbury and got a swing that had me...
I'm still staring at Pikey.
Still staring at him?
Can we just pause Pikey for a second?
Pause him.
Or at least... Yep, that's good.
How's
Happy
that?
there. That's better.
All right. Matheson's. I played recently at Bunbury and got a swing that had me laughing the whole round. Enjoy.
Okay.
That's the...
So this is Matheson's swing or a bloke? Okay, so this is
Matheson's
Matheson's
swing.
partner.
From behind.
Oh, so this is
This
his
is
playing
his playing partner. This bloke obviously doesn't know he's being filmed either.
No.
I don't mind it.
Oh,
12!
Is that Mick Martin? They look like Mick Martin. The cleft lip. Look at that. Just a short backswing, grip it and rip it, and I love that he's opened himself up to
I
watch
love
where
the
it
flared
goes.
out left leg. Here we go. Ready? Bang. Love it. Open those hips up.
The 12
Big fan.
into the head is unbelievable. Oh, he turned around.
He's happy with it.
Chuck us another
He's
one.
happy with his stuff.
That's a 9 out of 10 for me.
I swing violently at the nurry and will often open myself up, but not to that extent. Like he's gone back. That left leg has gone behind his right foot.
Big fan. I reckon that's gone 350.
I would not. I don't think if you got paired with a guy like that, you could not laugh at him.
Oh, he'd have a joke. That old mate would be having a
He
laugh.
has to know that
he knows he's got a shocking swing. He'd be
I
having
would
a laugh.
laugh if it went down the guts. Or you'd just be like, oh,
Yeah.
how did that happen? How'd you do that?
Yeah, saved it.
Like, saved that to save.
Yeah.
He
Saved
nearly
that.
saved it from hitting himself in the head. That's very good. Big fan of that.
So I don't like me personally, I don't like looking at people's swings and even if they've asked me, I randomly get people ask me.
What do you think of my swing? Fuck, I don't know, mate.
I'm like, mate, have you seen
I don't know
my
if I'm
swing?
Arthur or Martha yet. I can't tell you if your swing's any good.
I hate it because I know I've got a dog swing and so I don't really,
So, yeah, you obviously, I'm the same. I can't tell you if a swing's good. I can tell you if a swing looks shit,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like if it's shit, I can tell. But if it's okay to good, I can't tell. If it's great, I can tell. So that middling tier of like, somewhat, no, can't tell you.
Did I ask this on maybe even like episode 1 or 2?
Episode 0.5.
Yeah, 0.5. If you'd prefer to have
you have
a
asked
gorgeous
this.
swing. Yeah.
I've said no. You've said you'd prefer. Actually, no. I think I said yes because you can work that gorgeous swing down.
Yeah.
As opposed to just having a rough as guts swing that you've just nailed to a 7 or an 8.
I think I'd like. Yeah, I want the.
Be off 15
swing.
and look good.
Yeah. That's all I had to chat about. I think. Oh, I had a couple of little silly questions like.
We can chat. We can have some silly questions. Save them for next week. Are we going to do this rant about your external podcast?
Once again, I'm having nothing to do with it, but I just reckon just generalise.
Well, I can rant first, and then if you
I have a think about it.
have a think. So I'm going to rant from something that happened to me on the weekend, and that happens to me quite often in golf. And if you then decide at the end of it that you're feeling the energy and you just want to jump in and you go,
Yeah, okay.
I'll just tick it over. That's probably
like that.
That's probably where we're at. All right.
Maybe I'll go for a rant. after this.
You can have a rant. Right, Jaden, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. I've got this toxic trait in my golf where no matter what stage I'm at, I only see 36 plus points. Like I can never be at a position where I'm like, I'm going to be happy with 30 here or I'll be happy with 32. It's 36 or broke. So I will be like 5 holes to go and on 22 points, and I'm doing the math in my head how many under I need to be through the last 4, having not had anywhere near a birdie all day. And it's like I will do things that are stupid. I will not, take your medicine. That goes out of my brain. I completely black out to the prospect of just saving around and only have 36 shots points in me. It kills me because then I end up having like 24 and wiping 2 holes that I shouldn't have because I've just blitzed it out of bounds trying to hit this hero shot. I need to get it in my head that 32 sometimes is better than 24. And I'm not actually that good.
Do you go home and then go, if I just had a crack on that hole, I could have actually got some points? You'll go home every time saying, how'd it go?
I go home every day being like, what a fucking waste. What a waste 24 points was.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm at. And in terms of my handicap, I'm like, I know I'm better than that. I've just got this thing in my head that I'm just allergic to saving around. I
go way bigger picture, and this is going to be sad, but I think you only hit your handicap 4 times in 20 rounds on average. I think that's what you're expected to actually do.
I'm every time.
So if I know that I've got
every time.
If I've hit 4 in like 16, I'm like, it's not going to be a good round this one because I know that I've already hit my quota for the 20. Like I have to. That's so like I'm a negative mindset in the first place. I'm never thinking I'm going to.
Yeah, see, I go in thinking I'm going to have 50 points. And
I
then
like that.
Yeah,
I wanted because I don't do that, so I would like to.
You should try it, but it really does get you in a terrible negative state of mind after the fact. Unless you do have 36 points, in which case it's like we're on.
We go out and have a game where you're trying to be smart about it, and then you come in with 24 points. I would be ropeable.
I'd quit.
That's one of the most. Hole 2, that's the most devastating thing when you've actually tried. You give it everything you've done. You've taken your medicine on every hole. I was on the second hole. This is 6 months ago. I was on the second hole. I get a shot on the second hole.
Beautiful.
And I'm in the bush.
Perfect.
And
just the spot.
One of the lower scratchies says, "Oh, you get a shot on this hole, don't you?" And it was just enough for I picked up what he was saying. I punched out rather than taking on the tiny gap in the trees. Punched out. Up with a 2-putt. It's a 5 for 2. Thanks for coming. I get a shot on the hole, 5 for 2.
Yeah.
If I tried to take that on, I potentially wipe the hole.
Yeah.
So I
didn't want to tell you about that gap I had. Big high roping draw through the trees.
Yeah, and I had to hit a draw, and I know as soon as I have to work a ball right to left, it's game over.
I tell you what the pros do well. They can stick to a game plan. I could go into a game of golf and go like, okay, today I'm going to make sure I'm a bit smoother. I'm not going to go for flag sticks. I'm going to go for the middle of the green. Like, how quickly does that go out the window?
Oh, yeah, when you get the sniff of a hole, when you get the sniff of a birdie.
I'm only 245 metres out. I can get there.
Yeah. Well, I've hit one shot in my whole life that's gone close. I'm going to go for it.
The best tip I ever had was a pro. He, on my glove, he put a black dot. And basically the idea was whatever you went into with that day, say you were like, okay, smooth today, swing smooth. You would take your grip and look down and see the black dot, and it'd be that last minute like, oh, okay, today's about being smooth.
That's clever.
And I was like, wow, without riding,
black
14.
dot, be smooth.
Yeah, you just a black dot, and depending on what you're working on, that was what you remembered before you hit each shot.
Swing hard,
righto. Stop beating around the bush, chopper.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Here we go, Chop. Are we ready? In 3, 2.
No, don't even time. I'm going. I'm just
go.
Okay. So
still going to time it.
You give golf lessons, right? You've got to give golf lessons.
Have to.
And you get an assortment of different people that come for a golf lesson. And sometimes it's actually easier having the beginner because they haven't got anything in their background. They're fresh meat, basically. And you can they also
butcher it how you want.
Yeah. They can. They appreciate a good shot because it's the first time it might happen. And you generally, like, you give someone a lesson like that, and you're like, I've changed your life.
Yeah.
Then you'll have certain people that will come who've had previous lessons. They've got 14 different things. They used to be off 3, now they're off 15. They're scarred by the game. They're a lot more. That's hard. And you quickly establish how you're going to try and work around that and basically trying to get them to enjoy the game again. I had someone who came for a golf lesson who gets lessons off someone else. Oh. Which straight away I'm like, oh,
cheating on your barber.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is hard. Like, I don't want to, like, another PGA Pro. This is your thing.
Cut the timer, Jaden. Keep going. We just roll with it.
Yeah, this is your thing. Who cares? I don't want to, like, how much can I say? Because am I going to, like, am I going to conflict with what they're saying, and now that's going to confuse that person? So I'm just going to, like, right, I'll just go off what I see. So get down to the range. This person tops a 7-iron, thins it on the ground, slice, slice, slice.
The perfect array of shots.
Well, then I'm like, oh, geez. And he plays off like a 7. I was like, okay, like probably a bad day. Ask them what they're working on. Trying to hit a fade. I was like, we definitely got that down pat. I reckon it's probably just gone a bit too far what you're working on. I need you to feel this. Filmed that. Showed them that position. And then they didn't feel that position. I had to get my alignment sticks and I put some alignment sticks there. Just same as old mate. Saying, mate, right, don't hit that stick. I'm going to put it in the way. Started working that out. Got to a point where it probably took a while too. Like it's a good 40 minutes. And then finally on camera, got it. He did a couple of swings where he went back to his old swing and halfway through stopped and went, I did it again. I'm like, unreal. This is probably as good as I could hope for a golf lesson.
Yeah.
Great bloke, really friendly. Thanks very much. Probably go back and talk to your coach about how that went. Listen to his podcast.
The coaches or his?
His. Apparently, like all of a sudden, how do I describe it? How'd it go? It basically was about got all these gadgets out. Do you use gadgets in your golf lessons? And I'm just sitting there, like I'm sitting listening to it. I was like, I can't defend myself here. It didn't mention me, but I couldn't defend myself.
You knew who you were.
Yeah, like
knew
I
it
was
was
like,
you.
oh man, come on, like that's not how it went. I know whether it was for the podcast or not. I was like, oh, that sucks. And then, yeah.
Call him out.
No. It was actually a very good bloke. I was just like, and I could see the pro that he does the podcast with was sort of talking like sometimes you just don't gel together. And I was like, I thought it went
thinking you've had the best first date
not
ever.
Best, but I was like, far out. It was going pretty. Like he started with top, slice, and we sort of got to a point where it was okay. Then he was playing the next day at the cut. I was like, what are you doing? Like it's worse than playing a stroke round straight after. So I just felt it went a bit differently. It's funny how people perceive a lesson and then how the coach.
So you've finished the first date and you're thinking, how good's this? I'm already envisaging what the second date's looking like, where we're going, and all of a sudden he's gone home and he's just engaged to someone else. He's just popped the question elsewhere. He said, how shit was that?
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, oh, mate.
That's a kick in the gut.
That hurt a little bit. But whether that was his intention, it was just the way it came across, and I just wanted to
get it out.
Get my side of the story.
I might be very different in the way that, like, if I had a coach, and I'd say you are my coach, but I don't listen to you and you don't tell me enough.
30 seconds. That's how long our lessons go.
No, I reckon in total over 3 years it's been like 45 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yes. So, but like what you tell me, I would then, I don't know, it's quite literally like, why would he have, it feels very novelty that he would have come and got a lesson.
That's what it felt like. It felt like let's come to Perth and have a novelty lesson. And I'm a completely different mindset. I'm like, okay, I want to try and help this person out.
Guy.
Yeah. And I was showing some stuff and seeing a golf ball.
And I feel great. And he's not slicing it and he's not shit. And all of a sudden he's hitting it properly and not like an idiot. And he said that.
This is not gone the way I was hoping. I don't want to call this guy. It wasn't
no.
Great bloke.
Nice guy.
But I was like, oh man, I didn't get to. I could have explained how I thought the lesson went and then how it was explained on his podcast went a different way. I was like, oh, man.
I equally just don't think you needed to defend yourself.
Oh, so you tell me I shouldn't have done that?
No. I'm just saying, like, who gives a shit?
No.
No,
I don't know. That's
I do agree. You've had the perfect date, and he didn't see it the way you did.
Didn't call me back.
Yeah, disappointing. And on that note, that's episode 3.5. So
what a miserable way to end.
Sorry,
someone scull a beer or something funny.
That's right. Well, whoever that guy is, we'll find him.
No, good bloke. Hang on, stop.
Yeah.
Great bloke, great podcast.
He's a good guy.
Come on.
I reckon we need to tee up just a round of golf.
Yep,
the three of us.
Well, I want to play more. I want to play more.
What are we doing? So, I mean, it's a public holiday this Friday.
I'm getting punt lesson. What are you talking about?
Yeah. And the footy's on. And's okay.
Oh,
the footy's on all day, isn't it?
No. Well, it's...
What are you doing after the dawn service? And if you're not getting up for that, I don't want to know you.
I do get up for the dawn service, mate.
It's good.
I don't know. I've got 3 kids, mate, so you tell me.
They can come with us.
I'll be coming to golf.
Yeah, if they want.
Have you ever been to a golf course with kids?
Nope.
Then that's you just immediately you retract that statement.
Can we come to Kwinana and play a game? Last group. It's big clubhouse finish. It's one of the hardest finishing stretches in golf to hit a golf shot into that clubhouse with the crowd on the balcony.
I'm telling you, if you see on the booking sheet that you are starting on 10, call it off because you never want to finish on 9. Green, surrounded by bunkers with 50 people up in the clubhouse, and you can hear them all going, "Oh, I got $1 on him that he misses." You know, like you can just hear it.
I love that. That's unreal.
On Saturday, I zapped the flag, 98 meters to the flag. I hit it, and then as I've gone to like take my shot, I heard it Buggy driving past me. So I like stepped off the ball because I needed to make this. I needed to make up and down.
Yep.
And I hear someone up in the clubhouse go, "Just hurry up and hit the fucking thing." And I just thought, I love it here. You know,
that's it.
We could, yeah. I'll go down. I'll meet you down to Quinana and we'll tee off 10.
Oh, finish on 9.
Let's get the full experience.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
All right. Righto, let's
Doesn't have to be this
I'm
Friday.
already
Doesn't have to be this
sweating
Friday.
Yeah, my palms are
I'm going
sweaty,
to wipe
man.
it before I get to the green.
And that's when it's like during a stroke round. No, during a Stableford, you could be in the greenside bunker on the par 5 for 2. All you have to do is get up in a 2-putt.
You got to.
And I will just pick up.
Could win the comp. Nah, not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It was good.
Yeah.
All right, we'll tee that up. We'll tee off 10.
Roger.
Good work. See you next week.
Bye bye.